Here, I'll put these on the table up front. Those on the table up front. How they going?
I don't think anybody's been in here yet.
Okay.
I just got in there a few minutes ago.
Put them up quiet. No, you put them up there at the microphones. Here. Quick. Go sit in the microphone. Go fast. Go sit in the middle. Go fast. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. We gotta go get more stat sheets. Let's go.
That and Finley are kind of. After you.
Start with questions with Finley and then let him go.
What happened in the second half? It seems like right from the beginning of the second half, there was just maybe some, it seemed like a lack of energy, maybe a lack of attention to detail. Just what happened coming out of halftime?
Yeah, we didn't come out with any fire. I mean, they come out on a 7-0 run, and we got to burn a timeout. Like, that's just something that kills you, especially over the time of a game. And our coaches have been telling us all week, like, we got to be able to minimize these runs. And I feel like that's on me and our leaders and just us as a team kind of being able to take those hits and keep going.
Was there anything said after that first timeout, after that initial run, that maybe tried to get you guys back into the game?
I mean, our coaches are trying to motivate us, trying to, like, answer the bell. Like, we got to – it's just on us as players. And I know we're capable of doing it because when we go and play at Virginia, like, we were answering the bell. Every time they score, we come down and score. Like, every time their crowd gets excited, like, we answer. And so that's something we haven't had in the last couple of games that we got to fix.
And just, again, how troubling is it, though, that needed to be said, that kind of you guys needed to be motivated? Just, is it something from maybe the long layoff, or just what could you attribute that to, that kind of needing to have a fire lit under you guys?
Myself, just leaders, me, Mike, Jamie, Drayton, like just guys that are more leadership figures. Like, it's not on the coaches to motivate us, it's up to the leaders. It comes from within, and so that's on us. We got to be better.
So you mentioned that change needs to come from within, but what specifically on the court do you think needs to happen to be able to sort of get away from these roles that happened in the last couple of games?
We got to lock in on the game plan, and we got to play harder. I know everyone's going to say play harder, and you can't really measure that, but, like, we got to be able to make extra efforts. Like, guys got to make plays that are not plays that they would normally make, and we got to do things that are extraordinary plays.
Finley, it seems like throughout the season, a lot of the runs that come against your team or when the other team pushes the pace. Do you guys like to play fast, or is that something that's a little bit of a tough?
I think we like to offensive rebound. We're a really good offensive rebounding team, and with that, it's going to be harder to play transition defense because we're sending so many guys. But our offensive rebounding is incredible. That's the main part of our offense, and so I would say that we have guys that are really good at playing fast, but we need to learn how to slow down whenever we need to and be able to settle things down so that way these runs don't keep happening.
And offensively, you guys' three-point shots have been kind of evading you lately. Yourself specifically, a little bit of a slump from deep. Just what can you guys do to find that three-point shot? Because that's also a big part of your offense.
I mean, we're working on it. We're in practice. We're shooting as much as we can. I know every guy on that team is in the gym on off days. It'll come. Just got to trust it, trust the work, and keep going.
And finally, just how much of a inflection point does this game need to be? Because, again, I understand you're saying what needs to be said, but how can you guys build on this and get better?
I think we just got to look within from a game like this. Like, if I know Coach at all, he's going to talk after me and take the blame for this and the coaching staff and say that the coaches need to be better. But personally, I feel like this is on me. This is on the leaders. This is on the players. We can't come out with no energy, and we got to fix it. This game is a tried and true example of how us as the players need to be better. We can't come out and shoot like that. We can't come out and defend like that. We can't let them come out and do this and that. We got to be better.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Fan. Get some rest.
Coach, again, just the same question. Is what happened, especially early in the second half?
Well, you know, it's funny because I didn't want to call a timeout because we couldn't have got 3 better shots than we got. But I knew I had to take the timeout. But it was like, you know, we missed 3. Mike had the 8-foot pull-up uncontested. Finn had a couple threes where we executed the first play correctly. So I think the biggest thing there is when that happens, we've got to have the mindset of, okay, we still have to go down and defend. We still have to. That's where what I talked about after the game, just from the standpoint of when things don't go well. This is college basketball. That's a really, really, really good basketball team, and you know, Lindsey hit a couple threes from 28 feet. We'd seen him do that before, and you know, we can't let that take our momentum from us. And as Finn said, sticking to what we had worked on, to where we wanted to get the ball, how we wanted to get it there, and we were a step slow at times in the second half. We get a 9-point lead in the first half, and we couldn't finish the half off the way that we wanted to. So. No, we got to keep finding ways to get this basketball team better. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Coach, you touched on it right there with the deep threes. Villanova, best three-point shooting team in the Big East. In the first half, they were 1 for 12. In the second half, obviously, they heated up a little bit. Did anything change defensively, or was it just a great three-point shooting team in the shot?
I don't think anything changed. I thought, we challenged. They moved back a little bit farther, and those were going in for them. There was a couple of really, really deep threes, but they did the same thing to DePaul the other night. Had a stretch where they went 6 for 7 and got the lead back. They were down 10 in that game, and we've got to just continue to figure out ways to stop the runs there.
What do you need to see from maybe your supporting cast? I mean, Finn and Michael Ajayi, they both reached double figures in a somewhat inefficient way, but obviously teams are going to be keying up to stop them. So what do you need to see from players not named Finn and Mike to help the team?
Well, I think this also, we've got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. We had 8 turnovers at halftime, and I don't know, I'm going to say this, but I felt like 6 of them weren't forced. They were kind of on us, where we just lost the ball, and they were swarming in the paint. When we got the ball in the paint, they ripped it out of our hands a couple times. But we're a team that is proven everybody has to do their job on this team, and they've got to do it effectively. It can't be a 2-man or 3-man or 4-man, and it's one guy one night, one guy. No, we got to be as solid as we possibly can in terms of doing what we're doing, and know that we're a team where it's got to be everybody every single night.
Coach, when you have a game like this where obviously in the second half just kind of everything comes falling apart, how do you get the guys to really bounce back and refocus when you have a big game against St. John's in just a couple of days?
Well, I mean, it's I don't want to say you got to challenge your manhood. I mean, I love this team. I love these guys, and we got to continue to learn from this. It's next challenge is Tuesday night in here, and I just want to be a better basketball team than we were today. That's for sure.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.